today. Woo! A lot of people have concerns about the MPC software, or at least the OS that's supposed to be for standalone. If you want to sign up for it, of course, and be a part of the public beta in a few weeks, I will have it linked in the description box below, so make sure that you check it out. And of course, I will have masterclasses, but the main thing that I want to talk about, I'm going to cover Marlow Digs, because his take represents us quote-unquote veterans. I'm not putting myself in that veteran pool right now. I'm just going to stay out of it and just weigh in with my takes, of course, and I'll have that linked in the description box. Let's get it. Let's check it out. It's right here. Let's go.
Imagine I walk into the studio and right where I had my Octatrack, now I have a Digitac.
What?
Workflows are very similar, but they're not the same machine.
Okay.
And that's what I feel about this MPC 3.0.
What? What? I'm sorry. I'm trying to take this video seriously, and I'm not trying to diminish or take away from what his take is, because 100% I respect it. That's my dude. But the MPC that you're sitting in front of right now still functions the same way as it did. Matter of fact, the biggest thing about 3.0 is that you'll be able to customize it a whole lot more, which is one of the biggest complaints, by the way. And the workflow has not changed to the point to where you do not understand it. I find that hard to believe, especially a guy that's as intellectual as you.
It's not really a video that makes me happy to do. I wish.
Then why do it?
I was doing another video, but I gotta talk about it because I feel at the same time it's a great update.
I respect that.
It is the end of a legacy workflow at the same time.
Thank goodness, bruh. Thank goodness. I know people ain't gonna agree with me with that, but I'm just gonna tell you right now. First off, let's point out the obvious thing. The biggest thing that I want to point out is this, and he would understand this because the MPC 60 does not work the exact same way as the MPC 2000 XL, which are two MPCs that he uses a lot on his channel. They are legacy MPCs, the similar workflow, but they're not exactly the same, right? Okay, so if we're talking about the 2500, and if you have the 2500 with JJOX XL, it's different from JJOS free. A lot of people always talk about that when I bust out my JJOS MPC 2500. And the 2500 is totally different, and the 5000 is different from the 4000. You guys get it if you use the MPCs.
All that nostalgia, old head, all of that.
Duh.
But I feel that it's an amazing workflow that has just disappeared. From now on, we will never have that same workflow again. And I think it's very important.
The main thing that they focused on, and I'm going to tell you right now, he knows everything that I know. He's had this 3.0 update for 2 weeks. I've had it for 2 weeks. One of the main things that they told us is to give them feedback. I talked to the same people he talked to, and I asked all the exact same questions that he's about to talk about right now. And trust me, dude, it's the same workflow. They kept it the same. UI looks different, and they added an arranger. And trust me, that arranger was necessary.
Time in the history of the MPC, this is definitely something that changes the history of the machine. I gotta talk about it. Like, I can't stress enough how this is important to many, many of us. You know, I have absolutely nothing against the new update. I think it's a great update. But as I did that comparison at the beginning of the video, I just feel that it is a different machine. I feel like I was misled, like I was, you know, just someone swapped the machine on me. I'm feeling a bit like that, you know what I mean? Like, I have nothing against the new update. I think it's a great update.
Okay.
I think it's especially a great update for people that are new to the MPC. They're coming into the MPC, and the workflow is...
And that's where I want to stop and talk about right now. Dude, the biggest problem that every company will have, and this is where I had a conversation with Ben Jordan not too long ago, where they was talking about how FL Studio can get away with free updates, and that's because of the cold, harsh truth behind music production. Most people, they give it a whirl, they give it a go, they don't get that magical placement, and then they give up. That's as simple as that. New people come in, they recycle it because the package in itself is still good. And many of the people right now that have the complaints and that are happy about 3.0 are people that are used to a DAW workflow. does not mean that the core ideas and ethics of the MPC has changed at all. I'm going to tell you right now, I've already discussed it. I'm going to explain why that is the case, okay? I talked about this in a video recently about MPC 3.0 rumors and myths and stuff debunked. Some people were like talking about, where's song mode? Song mode is still there. Where's track mutes? The track mutes gone, track mutes are still there. Though in this current build that is not public, none of y'all have it. Again, it will be in a few weeks where y'all get to try it out. Track mutes do not function like as they should in 2.15 and below, where you can switch between different sequences and have different track mutes, which ultimately leads to you using the song mode right now, as of right now, or as of what you're experiencing in 2.15 or below, and that's not intentional thing. Trust me, I've talked to Akai. That was the first thing that I asked him. I was like, is this supposed to be intentional? I asked them, and I didn't just go and jump out and make a video about it, because some of the different functionalities, I wanted to experience that, like the arranger and many other things. But that video I have done. And while we're on the record or whatever, man, if y'all gonna have smoke for me, y'all want to talk shit, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna address it on this channel. I'm not doing that no more. It will be on this channel right here, where we will talk about a myriad of things that are happening in real life, in real time, like the thing that happened in Atlanta not too long ago in our presidential race, which is absolutely stupid.
It's much easier to work with it right now, especially with a linear view and all of that, than it was before. I understand.
And that's the biggest thing about it. Like, many people did not understand how to use the MPC workflow, nor did they like it. And it's way more than what you're giving credit to. Trust me when I say this. And they have to make sure that the people that are newcomers, whatever, legacy users like me, I'm totally satisfied with it, or I'm totally pleased with it. There are things that they'll be added. I'm not gonna spill the sauce or whatnot. Yeah, you ain't gonna get that from me. Just subscribe if you want that. But simple, it has to be simple for anybody to understand, because the biggest issue you're about to address.
Understand that. But there are a few things in there that, to me, just made the old version, like the 2.0 version, much, much better and more creative than this one. Okay, so I'll say a few things here about this update. Nothing against it. I think it's a great update. There's tons of things in there that are just amazing, and I support Akai on this. Not on everything,
Clearly,
as I'm going to
don't.
explain. I support the update. I think it's a great update.
Okay.
But this will divide a lot of people because of this workflow. Obviously, I'm talking about.
And trust me, dude, people are going to be divided anyways. People, when I look at some of the forums on Facebook, bruh, it's mind-boggling of how many people just want to be stuck in their own ways. And they've been stuck on their own ways way before 3.0, my guy. If they've been stuck in their own ways, as much as saying that, again, the MPC 60 or whatever older MPC is better than the modern MPC, the sound this, that, and the third. We've all heard those arguments. Again, I'm not going to go back and forth with nobody on that dumb shit, but you can go ahead and be in my comment section. Go ahead and be in my comment section, and you just won't really get a reply unless I just got to smoke you real quick. Because I do like smoking on people in the comment section sometimes. I know you guys like it too.
About track mutes. Obviously, I'm talking about programs.
Track mutes, again, when we were talking about that, that is not an intentional thing. That's one thing. The builds that we have are not going to be the exact same as the public beta builds and so forth. That was outlined in the email. I know people just wanted to get to 3.0 and test it out and dive into it. Some people might have kept it in their email all up until the final day when everything was released. But I'm going to keep it 100% transparent, because I already talked to Akai about this shit and so forth. Dude, we've had the overview video, the one that is out publicly right now. We've had that overview video since day freaking zero. So there shouldn't be no misconception or anything, as well as having a discussion with Akai about our concerns, because that's what our jobs are. Not just to showcase things, but to also give input. Like Akai, we're working hand in hand on Akai with things that we need to understand that. I know it sounds like a lot of glazing. It is. Call me a glazer. It's fair. But yeah, And program editing, programs are just tracks now. That's all you have to look at it. The programs work exactly the same. I've talked about that before. The video only got 10K views. It is what it is, but people will have to see and understand, or should know, that the programs are not gone. You can still use your old programs, by the way, guys. Come on now.
This to me, like, you know, a guy doing this change on the MPC, they had a lot of guts, to be honest, to do something like this.
Right.
Because I'm sure a lot of people will be happy and a lot of people will be mad. And as I said, this is going to be a lot simpler for beginners. Right now, you don't have to change programs in the track. You just create a track just like you do inside of a DAW.
That is a welcome change, trust me.
Your MIDI notes or your audio into the track.
And it's not just the newcomers either. One of the biggest things that I must discuss, that was a problem when you use programs and stuff like that. What most people do, and people have all kinds of wild workflows or whatnot. I have a masterclass that shows you a proper workflow for a 2.15 and below, guys. Just trust me when I say this, and I'm going to update it for 3.0 because why not? And if you already have the masterclass, I do appreciate it. You can check it out. It's in my Mcree store. It is linked in the description box. I would appreciate the support. Every bit counts, and it helps everybody, me and Marlow Digs as well, because me and Marlow Digs are partners in a certain way, and I want the store to do much better than it has been, which is also 100% my fault in that aspect. But dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, the biggest mistake that people did was load up a lot of programs, not knowing what programs are, and et cetera, et cetera. And that's where I had to take a little bit of responsibility, or not a lot of responsibility, as someone that uses it, that's considered a vet, that not to convey it. But if you actually look at my videos where I talk about the beginners guys and stuff like that, the biggest problem that many people have, and they leave it in the comment section, is right there. They will tell you that I did not know that I had to select a program after loading up the program. And that's problematic, because you can't make music if you don't know how to use the sounds, right? That is a big problem, bruh. I'm sorry to tell you.
It's done. It's super simple. That's just the DAW workflow. And of course, that's the problem. Like,
that's the problem for you, not the problem for me.
It's great to have that workflow, but why not keep both? That's one of the things about the...
Again, let me... The MPC workflow has not changed. The main reason why, and I actually did my video as soon as they gave me the software. I played with it for an hour, and then I sat right in front of the screen, watched it. I've been watched the video that Andy Mack had released, by the way, and I had that linked in the description box, and I went right to work immediately. Thursday, I was chilling. I slept almost all day, woke up, watched and see what people left and their impressions. You can't stop people from complaining. You can't make everybody happy. That's just 100% a life lesson that everybody should know. You can't make everyone happy. There's going to be people that are happy to complain they wake up on some old hating stuff. Some people are professional haters. They got burner accounts and will hate on other people or companies or whomever just to make their day go away. I love that for you if that makes you tick.
The MPC that was very special is that you could create different workflows. You could work with song mode or just work on entire sequence.
You can still do that. That is a thing that will never go away. As a matter of fact, I showed that in that video that I showed you guys earlier, where I debunked everything. Song mode still works the same. The only issue right now is that the track mutes do not work the same because it was left out. There's things I've talked to Akai about that we're going to talk about, but on public release, I can promise you it's not going to be that. You can return back to your song mode. I'm going to be in the arranger doing the exact same things that I would have to do with several sequences in one sequence. And that's a fact, Jack. No, thank you.
Some people would automate the track mutes to create a song structure. There's so many ways some people would export the song mode into a new sequence.
And that will be the actual idea. Because you can still automate the track mutes right now in this current build that is not out publicly. Unfortunately, you cannot do that through multiple sequences. That was a mistake that Akai already addressed already, and many people have known that was a mistake. It's a beta. Keyword beta.
and then work from there. There were so many type of workflows, and I think Kai now just pushed us into a corner, and because we can't just change the track mutes inside of a sequence now. But yeah, but definitely a lot easier for beginners right now. I haven't.
It wouldn't be easier for beginners if nobody explained how it worked, and it's also easier for you. You just people are stuck on they're stuck in their ways. They don't want to welcome anything new. They don't want to, and I get it. I do like track muting a full entire beat, just double in lift, and many people didn't even know what double lift is. Matter of fact, there's a funny meme, and I'll have to give the Facebook group credit for this one right here. This right here is hilarious. I ain't gonna hold you. If the news of the MPC 3.0 update has taught me anything, it is that a lot of people don't use their MPC. That is a fact, Jack. So many people were just uttering whatever the case may be, and you know, even if it's aimed at me, I don't know everything. I'm gonna keep it honest. I don't know everything about the MPC. I'm gonna keep it a Billy, but I do know how it functions altogether. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you think about that? I'm not gonna play the whole entire video because I think Marlow Digs definitely needs his credit on that one. There's things that people are making it out of concern, and I think one of the biggest issues right now is that there is a lot of sensationalism in this. It's a click that is worth time. It is so easy to say something on a negative aspect to get reactions out of people. Again, my take might not be popular, but I'm going to stand on my business. And if it takes people to get to arguing in my comment section, it is what it is. But wait until that thing is publicly released before you judge it. And I mean fully released, or at least the public beta, but before you make your decisions, because a lot of the things that he was uttering and stuff like that are not real true concerns, especially when it comes down to the UI change. You can get used to that UI change. I think it's more presentable. It will make a lot more people want to use their MPC, both returning users and new users. And the biggest market right now is the FL, Ableton, Reason, Logic, you name it. Those people will want something that will be similar to what they get inside of their DAW, at least somewhat close to it, at least if they can't use VST plugins. And the biggest thing I like about it in the future, if they jump out the window with 3.0 on the MPC, the software, that means the arranger is going to be a whole lot easier to play with, and that means that you'll be able to record stuff inside of DAW, inside of the MPC, transfer it over to MPC, and be able to edit stuff. And not to mention, the biggest thing for me would be VST3 support. So I look forward to that, and they better have VST3 support. That'll be the only thing that I would say, and I've told that to Akai for years. So I want to hear from you guys. How do y'all feel about it? How do y'all feel about Marlow Digs' concerns? Are they your concerns? I'm pretty sure a lot of people might share his sentiment or whatnot. I ain't worried about a damn thing, and that's 100% sure right there. Facts, big facts.